Hello, and today we are looking at the Neo Dragon Armour Sd.Kfz.171, or more commonly known as the Panther German tank, and this is the Ausf.G variant, and this particular one is an early production version of that tank. And as you see on the front of the box here, we have a nice 3D model of the actual model itself. It's a nice 3D render. So the actual model will look like this, but of course painted up. You see a nice little picture here as it says HD pre-assembled display model. Turn the box to the side again, you can see another image of it like there, and where it fought in, which here is Radzymin in 1944, which we'll get into a little bit later with the history of this tank. Of course, on the back again, we have another image of the model, as well as some of the details and features of it, such as it's got superb details, true authentic scale, and a rotatable turret. But now let's open up the model and have a look at it itself. As you can see also here, it is a 1/72 scale model. So let's open it up. And it just slides out like so. The back is in 2 pieces of plastic to keep the model secure. And it comes in a nice display case. Let's just open it up. Let's move these out of the way. And there you have it in its nice, lovely little display case. So you can have it really easily on display like this if you choose to. We're going to open it up and have a nice, really close look at the model itself. Nice and gently just lift it up like so. See, it's got a display plinth, but it's encased in plastic at the moment. I'll gently just remove the top. We could take the model out, just move the plastic to the side. And there you have it, the Dragon Armour German Sd.Kfz.171 Panther tank in lovely 1/72 scale detail. And actually this is a lovely detailed model with tons of detail. Of course you can see the turret with a nice barrel as well, looking really nice. And this turret is rotatable, so you can angle it however you choose to. You can see, turn it one way, and we turn it the other way. You should always handle it with care, you don't want to be too rough with it, you might risk breaking it, as there are some more smaller delicate parts, such as like the gun turret at the top here. See the hatch with an assault rifle, well, with a gun there. Some really nice printing all across it with some really nice weathering effect, make it look like it's been through the mud. See all across the tracks, looks like they've been really through it. Got another turret here at the front. See the travel lock on the front of the tank, so the barrel can rest on it. Here you can see we have a hatch where the engine would be. Just overall, it's a really nice detailed model. See all the tools that have strapped to the side. See here, we've got like an axe. We've got a shovel. Got the ropes around it as well, so they can be towed with the things around here. It's a really nice, highly detailed model. Great for a display piece. Also a really nice size as well. Let's get to a quick bit about the size. It has a length of about 9.5 centimeters or 3.7 inches, a width of about 4.5 centimeters or 1.8 inches, and a height of about 4.6 centimeters or, again, roughly 1.8 inches. It's a perfect size for display or as a wargaming piece if you're into that. It's a really nice size. You can have it on the tabletop, and with it being pre-built and pre-painted, it's all ready to go straight out of the box if you chose to go down that route. Quick look at it again. Really nice printing and the camo designs all across. As you can see, level of detail across this model is superb. Really accurate as well. Now let's actually go into a quick bit about the history of this model. Again, this is the German Panther tank, which was a medium tank that was used during the Second World War. And it was introduced in 1943 and remained active until the end of the war. And as you can see, it was given the official designation of Sd.Kfz.171, which you can see was written on the box, but most people just refer to it as the Panther. And again, this model was the Ausf.G variant, which was a variant of the Panther tank, and that particular variant began production in 1944 and remained in production until the end of the war, whereas other variants did not. Now, this tank was specifically designed to counter the Soviet T-34 tank and to replace the Panzer III and Panzer IV tanks, but ended up serving alongside the Panzer IV tank and the Tiger I tank. Now, like I said, it was introduced into service in 1943, but that was rushed to have it serve in the Battle of Kursk in the summer of 1943, and it still had many mechanical faults, which led to quite a lot of them being destroyed early on. But by late 1943 and early 1944, when this model was produced, most of those faults had been resolved. Now, whilst this tank was designated as a medium tank, its weight was quite a lot more than a standard medium tank and was a contemporary of other heavy tanks used by other nations. So it was really, really heavy for a medium tank, but it made up for it with its really strong firepower, with its nice gun, really good gun penetration from this tank. And it was the third most produced German armoured fighting vehicle of the Second World War. It's quite a nice little piece to go along with it as well. As we saw on the box, this particular model is from, see, wrong side, Radzymin in 1944. Now, in Radzymin, is a town near Poland. It was a town in Poland near Warsaw, and it was the site of the Battle of Radzymin, which took place in 1944 between German and Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, and the battle was towards the conclusion of the Soviet Operation Bagration, which was the Belarusian strategic offensive operation as the Soviets pushed back from their territory. And the battle ended with a German victory. So this tank fought in that particular battle there on that front in the east. And let's have a quick look at the model again. Got really nice detailed tracks, really nice weathering on them as well. You can see all the wheels inside, the tool strap to the side, the hatch where the engine would be, and all the air bits there. Really nice turret, really cool barrel with the travel lock to go on it, so you can rest it on the lock. See, when it's on the lock, it doesn't really travel. If you just lift it up a little bit, you can turn it. The hatches there, looking at the front, another turret there. So overall, it's a really, really nice model. Perfect for, say, again, display piece on its display plinth and in its case, or as a nice little wargaming tank to go along with it. Maybe you want to recreate some of the battles it may have fought in. Overall, it's a really, really nice piece, and it's available now from modelcorner.co.uk.